All right, a Los Angeles mayoral candidate forum scheduled to air Wednesday on Fox 11 was officially canceled today. That's after Mayor Karen Bass and Nithya Raman withdrew from the event. Spencer Pratt had already declined the original invite. NBC4's Conan Nolan joins us live from the newsroom. You know, Conan, looking back at our debate, those three candidates made some big promises during our debate here on NBC4 last week. How much can they actually deliver?
Well, it's not uncommon for candidates for any office or for the public to oversell how much they can actually do. In the situation of the mayor of Los Angeles, a lot has to do with the bully pulpit, the power of persuasion to sort of force the city council or the bureaucracy to move in a certain direction. But keep in mind, when it comes to the limitations, the president has greater authority over the nation, the governor over the state, than the mayor does over the city.
It's a position many people believe has a tremendous amount of power. But does it? The mayor of Los Angeles, the leader of what is outside of New York, the nation's largest city. Authority that can be used to move the city and its governance, but it's not easy. Fernando Guerra is the director of the Center for Study of Los Angeles at Loyola Marymount University.
You know, Antonio Villaraigosa was able to get tremendous reform in the education space where he has absolutely no formal power, and he did that through the bully pulpit and through negotiations. Richard Riordan was able to do things that were not in the charter and was able to take over other aspects right after the 94 earthquake that led to the quickest rebuilding of a freeway that we've ever seen.
The mayor has to deal with the legislative branch of city government, the city council. Civil service regulations and those imposed on the city charter limit, as an example, who runs the city's massive bureaucracy.
There are something like 30 general managers with basically the cabinet of the mayor, none of which she can fire or he can fire, depending on who the mayor is. That's not true for Donald Trump. He came in and appointed every single secretary and head of a department. The mayor of Los Angeles has to live with the previous appointments, sometimes made by the previous mayor, sometimes made by mayors 3 or 4 administrations ago. That is a really limiting aspect of being mayor of Los Angeles.
Renegade candidate Spencer Pratt admits he's running a protest campaign, but argues a city council made up almost exclusively of Democrats will see the importance of change on issues such as homelessness that his election would bring. Guerra has his doubts.
We've empowered employees within that bureaucracy to be autonomous oftentimes by our elected officials. And in part, we did that because we didn't trust elected officials. But now we, to some extent, empowered faceless, non-elected bureaucrats to be almost as powerful as some elected officials in certain policy areas.
Remember, like the president, like the governor, the mayor can issue executive orders, but the city council can override them essentially with the 2/3 vote. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.